You guys travel for the rest of the day, and around sunset, you can see a small rake in the trees ahead of you, and you can see golden light shining in.
I say, appears to be a fire ahead.
That or it's just golden hour.
I'm always down for
What
that.
does that even mean? It's the hour when everything looks golden because of the sunset.
I believe they call that twilight.
Obviously, your friend here knows of the arts of the world.
Yes, I know many things.
Are arts going to keep us safe?
Probably not.
Afraid not, Mass.
The art of war might.
No, I do say, I think we are looking at the very first glimpses of Halia.
Well, it's about time.
And you hear a croak of a raven, and then you see Sana fly back and transform. You're definitely right. Halir's just a stone throws away.
Excellent, excellent.
Took us long enough.
We were heading for New Halir, were we not?
Yes, the capital city.
Indeed.
Well then, do we rest here for the night or press onward? I think after our day's activities it might be good to get in a good night's rest.
A wise suggestion, Prince.
I could go for a biscuit and a nap.
Yeah, not like I sleep anyway, but whatever.
Our eternal watchman.
Yes, scary. Eternal watchman of the undead.
Alright, we're making camp.
Yes.
Are you guys gonna go into that clearing? We're saying before.
Clearing.
I see no reason why we can't take
I think
the clear.
yeah, I think
We got a
it's
big
quite
enough
good.
group, and we have somebody that won't
Yeah.
fall asleep, so I doubt we'd be ambushed
Yeah.
easily.
Oh, my perception's only +1.
You fucking...
Don't tempt the DM with fate like that. Oh, we won't be ambushed.
I said easily.
You will now, motherfuckers.
I did.
Yeah, but the internet is
I did.
forever.
Why don't we just do a quick survival check for anyone that's going to gather wood for a fire or anything like that? And,
Can I build a fire and cook something?
Yeah.
Some survival?
There it is.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. I got a 19.
I got a 14.
18.
Yeah, everybody kind of goes out and is pretty successful in gathering firewood off the forest floor nearby. Lighting the fire is easy breezy, and Raven's going to cook up some dinner with the rations you guys have.
Cool. 11. It's edible.
Well, Raven was really wanting some biscuits, so she took some of the raw flour you guys had, found some fresh water, and made some nice biscuits, and you guys have some dried meats and stuff in your pack as well that you'd be able to munch on.
Salted pork.
Hardtack.
You ever have that?
Hardtack and jerky. The best kind of meal.
It's robust.
A good meal.
I had that
baby.
for lunch
A fine meal.
at work one day.
It ain't that bad. Or, it ain't that good, but I guess it ain't that bad. It'll fill ya. Keep you going.
I would recommend.
I think I made the biscuits a little salty, though.
Yeah, basically.
That's the secret ingredient in the biscuits.
I just used some extra salt in there. It's good for you. Keep you going.
Sodium.
That's okay. It'll keep and keep and keep. Alright, so we eat, maybe have a drink around the campfire, then I guess go to bed. Life in the woods is boring.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
peaceful.
Yeah, so you guys have dinner, the sun sets, you sit around the campfire for a little bit. Lou is going to take a little bit out of the cask. Is anybody else gonna have a little sip?
Nope.
Sure. Got to add to Ferbert somehow.
Alright, yeah, so everybody goes to bed. Sana is gonna turn into a field mouse. He's gonna find a nice little burrow, some grass.
The other mice are, what are you doing in my home?
Hey, I'm just a visitor.
Squeak, squeak,
Go hang out with the borrowers.
Raven's gonna turn into a squirrel.
An owl picks her off in the middle of the night.
Owl gets
Big
really
mistake.
I never saw Sana again.
It's like, bitch, you want to take that move back?
I'm about to go, find somewhere that Lou can learn how to turn into animals, just so I'm not left out in this party.
I mean, I can't.
I can't turn into animals.
You're already halfway an animal.
That's fair.
Rackle can't turn into anything.
Well,
there's only 2 people that can
Lew's a
polymorph.
party animal. Does that count?
Hey, there you go.
There's only 2 people that can polymorph.
Alright, fine. You guys go to bed. Me and Rackle are gonna party.
And Kroll's just gonna watch.
Yeah, so the sun sets, everybody kind of finds their place for the night, and Llew and Rackle are left sitting at the fire. And as Llew is gazing into the fire, he hears a sound of magical nature. And
Sparkle.
And then he feels a nudge on his leg, and he sees a bottle of wine in Rackle's hand. Could I interest you in a finer vintage?
Oh. And where did that come from?
My asshole.
I pee wine.
It's my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Well, I started a cellar in a... Well, I don't want to go into the magical details of it.
Oh, it's a pocket dimension.
Yes, of course.
Ah,
Your ass is a pocket dimension?
The finest vintage.
no, you can make the wine in that ass though.
Jeez.
Squeeze the grapes.
Baby, that ass so big, it's a vintage self.
Okay. Alright. Lew's gonna grab a couple of cups out of our camp kit.
And Rackle fills them up. And in return, I ask only to tell you a tale.
Oh, please do.
Now, I hope not to offend you. I know that you know much of the art of war, and you spent your time studying. And I wish not to be the one to tell you that I'm afraid you know little of this world. There are tales that, for many of mankind, have fallen into myth and out of many people's minds entirely. We've been walking for quite some time on this road aptly named the Builders Road, yes. You know of the Builders?
Not much. I mean, I suppose I know everything that is readily available in scholarly books of learning. However, I am aware that there is supposedly more that has been lost. I think there was some kind of a library fire a few hundred years ago, if I remember my history.
Indeed. As I said, I'm afraid much of this knowledge has become lost. There were 7 to begin. Well, 5, really. On the northern shores of Vassanoka, at the dawning of the first age, 2 gnomes and 3 elves walked across from the Fae into this mortal realm. Their names were Lowly, Totu of the gnomes, and Eshnar, the high elf, Punor, the wood elf, and Pinol, the drow. They were fascinated by this mortal realm and encouraged many of their kind to also journey from the Fae here. They were taken by its beauty, and in cultivating this beauty, building the works of old, this road that we walk on now, only one of them, they came across a human and a dwarf that both would come to accompany their ranks for many years. This dwarf, Oki, of the Oka Mountains, or the region that we now call Oka, that is, and the human Lala, who I'm afraid you probably have never heard of, the realm of men on the northern side of this continent, for it has been, well, centuries, as far as I can remember, since your people have spoken with theirs. But I digress. They took on the challenge of charting this continent, and in doing so, they built this road, starting in the north, making their way first off to the east. There they found the human Lala in his land, And in helping those humans, they would cultivate the first of what we have now called the half-elves. Moving then into the region now known as Vermore, they encountered much darkness, and in getting held up by the harshness of the rock and the dragons that dwelt in that land, they made relations with the dwarves, another mortal realm they found here. And together, Oki and his people were able to push forward through Vermore, setting up human and dwarven kingdoms alike, and into the jungles. For many years they toiled in the jungles, trying to set up civilizations, but it seems that the dark corners of that jungle were not easily lit up. Eventually abandoning these lands, they began their journey back west, making their way through the lands of Lokima and Rome, finally coming to Halir, where they stopped for some time and set up a civilization of elf and half-elf alike. And then as the life of Lala was coming to an end, he headed back to his lands in the east. The rest of the group continued on through Murdog and Farlin, back up the western shore, and when they found their way back to what we now call Sana and Harso, they were disturbed to see that the dark force that they had encountered in Vermore had made its way up the northern coast. And now they found dragons burrowed deep into the land, and it seemed hopeless. With every attempt that they might, it would appear that their light was not dark enough to defeat this foe. And for hundreds of years they toiled and toiled, throwing life after life into this dark furnace. And do you know what happened next?
No.
Well, it was unforeseen by even those with the best of foresight. A water sprite, a creature thought to be somewhat lowly of the Fae, rose up and, in a swift move, cleared the dragons out of the land with the power of water, and in doing so sealed them into the land and swept them away into the ocean. The land then became somewhat of a paradise, a beautiful river valley and a beautiful forest, and of course the builders thought their task was complete. The elves headed to Harsel to set up their cities, Oki back to his mountains, and the gnomes found solace in the rolling fields and mountains of the Copenhagen region, and though they had some contact, it said that over time they all slipped back into the Fae and passed out of memory. However, many of their accomplishments, of course, fell to ruin and were rebuilt on. The city you grew up in, for instance, Westport, was once a major city built by the builders that merely time destroyed and man came and restored. Now, as I said, I mean not to tell you all this just to say that you don't know what's going on, but Harsel is an old place, and there will likely be much that you don't understand, but I just encourage you to try to absorb everything you can and know that where we're headed, the lines of myth and reality may be blurred.
This is a fascinating story. And the water sprite, what became of them?
Well, hard to say. Do you roll a perception check with disadvantage?
I don't like this. Are you kidding me? I finally rolled. Fuck you.
Did you roll that 20?
I rolled a nat 20.
You rolled the same damn thing you did earlier.
4. I don't like the fact you keep having me roll perception and then not telling me why.
It's hard to say, really. Some say that she was banished from the water sprite to live a human life and died long ago. Others say they cursed her with some sort of immortality and she has instead turned away from the people of this world, living in exile. What her future will hold is hard to say.
Well, this has all been a very interesting story. Thank you. I was not aware of any of this.
Indeed, my boy, and I hope that I only could tell you more. I'm sure that the past will only help illuminate the future.
Well, the hour is late, and I'm sure that Ben will have us up at the crack of dawn in the morning, so we had best get to bed.
Indeed, indeed. Good rest to you, Prince.
And to you as well, Rackle.
The sun rises the next morning without any sort of trouble or tribulation.
Rise and shine, everybody. The sun is up, and so shall we.
Oh, good morning, Ben.
Good morning, Your Majesty.
I still contend that your logic is far off. The sun is clearly a maniac that goes flaming through the sky. If he had any sense, he would awaken much later.
Well, that is not up for you to decide, so...
You see a field mice sprout into a human.
Wise logic indeed.
Besides, there is much to do today.
Yes, we will continue to walk.
Yes, but we have now reached Llew, so the sooner we walk, the sooner we shall arrive at the destination.
Indeed, Llew is only a good 2 days' ride.
Excellent.
You think the sun's actually going to listen to your to your ideas?
Oh, maybe someday.
Well,
Off the aspiration, son.
Well, until that day, let's get some breakfast and get on the road.
You guys still have some leftovers from last night. Some of that bread. You just gonna eat some of that and get on the road.
I think I'm gonna make field mouse stew.
I make a mean weed rat stew.
Just kidding. I'm getting back on the road.
Those better be rats of unusual size for us to actually have something to eat this morning.
Or quite a few of them. Alright, so you guys get back on the road, and let's get a perception check for somebody.
Can I be that somebody?
Sure.
I will be that somebody. That is a 26.
Raven sees, as they get back on the road, that the path ahead is quite different from the landscape that she's grown up in her entire life. The dense forests of Murdog are nothing like the region of Parcel, as this clearing that you found yourself in was just the first of many. As the road continues forward, the trees become less and less, and these meadows and large fields become more and more in abundance. And soon you find yourself in a grassy land of rolling hills, and you notice that the soil beneath your feet has changed quite a bit as well, as the dark soils of Murdog from the leaves decomposing over all the years is nothing like this far sandier soil that has been blown in off of the shores. And you can tell that you are getting closer to a body of water.
It is so nice getting closer to an area that feels much more like home.
Raven kind of stops. She dips her toes in the sand, and I don't think I've ever been out of the woods this long.
You'll be fine.
You're gonna enjoy it.
The whole world is a large woods.
You know, he's right actually, Raven. You'll find that everywhere you go there's nature to call on, and the source for your power.
If you say so.
So, this must be some kind of an inland lake, right?
Well, no. Most of Halir is much more of a bay.
It's the beach episode.
Oh, God.
Wait, we're already to the sea?
No, you make your way into into
Halir, right?
Halir. I'm just saying that you can see that now the environment's kind of changing. The soil's a little bit more sandy, less built up from composition.
Okay.
Hey everybody, RJ here. I hope you're enjoying this episode of Realms and Nerds. If you are, and you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications for the show to know when new episodes are released. Also, maybe share the show with someone else that you think would enjoy it. It's one of, if not the best, ways to help our podcast continue to grow. It's available on pretty much every platform out there, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio. Thank you so much to our friend Kyle for composing the melody of our main theme. And of course, thank you to every single one of you for listening to our podcast.
Alright, it is nearing the end of the day, and you come up on a weird fork in the road. Why don't Ben roll the perception check?
Or
kind of
what kind of metal is it made out of?
Perception, that's going to be 17.
Joke's on you, it's plastic.
As you are riding ahead, you see that the bricked, maintained road, the Builder's Road, continues forward, yet you see off to the left a very well-trafficked path that kind of leads just a little kind of a slight gradient off to the left, and you see a wooden sign knocked into the ground that says, New Halir, with an arrow. Pretty, I don't want to say crudely made, but it could be a lot nicer, but not of the sign.
Do we have a physical map on us?
I don't see why we wouldn't.
You would have a rough map of the regions, yeah.
Okay. Because I was trying to figure out, I don't think Ben's probably going to be super familiar with...
Looking at the map, you don't see anything clearly designating this fort or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. You said it was the left side was the sign for New Halir?
Yep, there's an arrow that points off to the left.
Does the map that we have, is it like the one that we have, like our digital map, where it'll have like the capitals and things?
Your map is a much smaller region.
So
The map you would have to actually be traveling with would kind of just be
show you where the different regions are.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
And not necessarily
something like that.
Well, that's what I was asking. Was this map? I was saying would it look like this and have the capitals on it? Because this one has where the capital city.
Sure.
are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Capital.
Gotcha.
Sure.
All right. Well, this sign here says that New Halir is off to the left in this fork in the road, but according to the map we've brought with us, at the fork in the road, New Halir is off to the right.
Hey!
Wait, have we crossed that river?
We're not at the river yet.
No,
Oh.
and we haven't crossed the river yet either.
Yes, I'd say we still have a ways to go.
I think this is some sort of trap. And I don't think that we should go the way it's saying.
Yes.
Personally.
New Halir is south of the Builder's Road.
Yeah.
This wants us to head more in a northeastern direction.
Then again, it could be... What did you call him? Another one of the Game Master's games?
Yes, but the Game Master never leaves signs like this about. Though, I suspect if he did, it would look crudely as this. It just doesn't seem right. But on the other hand, I would not want anybody else to fall for a trap like this, it would feel bad on my conscience. I think we should investigate.
I think that's the right move, city boy. Let's go.
I suppose we should at least look into it, but we are eventually going to need to pick up the pace, so we'll never get to where we're going.
Agreed. There's all sorts of horrors off on the eastern side of the continent. We keep making a bunch of... whatever.
Who
Let's get this over with.
Krohl, who knows? It might be a murderous group of chickens.
How dare you? You mentioned that beast to me. Fine! And he starts down the path.
Well, I guess we will take the path travel most. And you guys head down the left path.
Cautiously.
Yeah, Krohl definitely has his sword out.
Alright, well, you guys travel and travel and travel, and the sun is setting on the horizon, and you haven't seen anything staying on this path.
Guys, I'm starting to wonder if we shouldn't double back.
Perhaps if someone is able to scout ahead.
Yeah,
quicker.
someone with the ability to fly, perhaps.
And
Everybody looks at Sana.
would you like me to take
Ben
a
looks at
look ahead?
Raven.
Krohl looks at the fairy dragon. Everybody's looking at everybody. It's like...
We got here a Mexican standoff. Alright. Who would be the fastest to get to there?
That'd probably be Sana.
I'll go check it out. And with a couple of steps running start, transforms into an eagle and flies down. And you're all just waiting in silence.
Yep. Basically.
Yeah, essentially.
Alright.
So how about the local sports team?
What are sports?
So the sun is continuing to set, and at this point in time, it kind of, it has gone over the horizon, but there's still like the afterglow. And as this is starting to dim, you see Raven come back.
Raven? You mean...
You see Sana.
Whoa!
You see Sana come
What
back.
a twist!
Raven's like,
Wait a minute. Who am I?
What are you?
Hey, who are you? What'd you do with Uncle Slim?
And I don't know, guys. The path ahead just seems to loop back to the Builder's Road.
damn it!
Why would the path claiming it leads to New Hilir loop back to the Builder's Road?
We've been had!
Maybe to avoid something on the road? I'm not sure.
Well, then now I want to figure out what's the other way.
As do I.
Shall we?
I believe we shall. Your Majesty?
I'm just... Why would someone build this?
That's what we want to find out.
I mean, this is just like a beaten path that you've been following.
Alright, I suppose if it's looping back the way we need to go, we may as well continue forward. We
Right.
do that.
You're continuing on this path
Yeah.
in the dark?
Well, I don't want to camp here.
No, not so much.
You guys gonna light up some torches or something, or?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll light a torch.
Alright, now traveling as the sun has said its final goodbyes and night has fallen upon you. Llew lights up a torch in the path, and Rackle produces a small flame in his hand. And you travel on this beaten path until you find your way back to the Builder's Road after maybe an hour's ride.
Excellent. We've returned to the Builder's Road. So, when you see it wraps back around, it doesn't go to the same spot. It just
No,
goes
it's
back to
kinda
the
like-
Builder's Road. Okay.
This goes around and comes back. Let's figure out what's between the people are going around.
You think they built it to go around something?
Well, of course. Why else would you build a road off of the road leading back to that road further down?
Screw with people? I don't know.
I suppose you might be right, Ben. Perhaps we could take a quick look before it's quite fully dark.
It is fully dark.
I thought the sun just set.
I said the sun had said its final goodbyes.
He did. It's
Oh, okay.
perpetual darkness now.
Well, I hope not perpetual.
This isn't just darkness. This is advanced darkness.
Alright, well, I revised my statement. Ben, if there is something that they're going around, maybe we should look for it in the morning?
Well, I didn't necessarily say right now. I'm just saying we should figure out what is between them.
I mean, I suppose. Or we could just not. If they've been dealing with it long enough that they have a sign, maybe it's not that big of a deal. Just a hole or something.
Maybe it's something they cannot deal with, but we could.
Very well. We shall go and look in the morning.
Boy, this is really lawful good of me for a lawful neutral character.
Right.
This or else my alignment was.
I know, I'm lawful good, but this dude's just a little goody two-shoes.
So you guys gonna camp there for the night then?
Yep.
Alright.
Sure.
So I assume you're probably not gonna build a fire, just gonna set up some rucksacks or...
That's my plan, in case there is something dangerous down that way.
No, we just feed some peanuts to our lookout and we'll stay up all night.
I never sleep, so...
Oh!
Ferbert, keep watch. Maybe go take a piss. Do I still do that? Guess I'm about to find out.
Hold on. We've been on this journey for like weeks now. If you don't know whether or not you can piss, you don't have to piss, my dude.
Man, I've been holding it for a long time. Or have I?
Have I just been pissing my pants? Not
He's just been in casual conversations like with people, and it's just like pissing it, but he doesn't even realize it.
He's fine.
Have I been
He has
pissing myself for a long time?
No bladder control.
Oh, shit.
Wait, we could do like the Michael Myers gag from Austin Powers, where he just pees for like 5 minutes.
I'm holding in for the right moment, okay? I don't know when it will be.
Alright, Ferbert, time for a shower.
Okay. Oh no! Oh no!
Emergency growth.
Oh no.
Why is your Ferbert wearing leather now?
So, everybody kind of just ties up their horses and sets off in grass off the side of the road. As everyone is just starting to drift to sleep, for those who need to sleep, you hear off in the distance kind of a scream of excitement and a small flurry of what you assume is some sort of torchlight. And you see it for just a second, and then it disappears again.
Right, we can sleep later. Let's figure this out.
And a moment later, you see another flurry come by and disappear, and a second later, another flurry.
God, it's just gonna be a bunch of fucking horny teenagers.
I was gonna say wisps, but I like your explanation better.
We built up this path so people would interrupt our sex.
A bunch of hippies.
Oh my god, I'm so horny!
I like it when they watch.
It's a commune.
Oh my god. It's the nomads from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Did you all see that?
Yes.
Saw and heard.
What in the hells was that?
Is that a will-o'-the-wisp?
I sure hope not. They're annoying. I'll go check it out.
Okay.
Krohl draws his sword and starts creeping towards the last spot where he saw the flames or whatever, the light.
This was quite a ways off down the road.
Raven's gonna turn into a creature like a badger or a raccoon that can actually see in the dark.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, he started it.
So, Krohl is making his way downtown.
Walking fast.
Our faces passing?
Are you homebound?
As Krohl creeps down the road, a few moments later, he sees a flurry of flames, and it lasts for a little bit longer, and the screams that he kind of hears are a little bit louder, and they last a second longer, but still the same. They appear and disappear, followed again by another and another.
And these are screams of, like, entertainment or joy or whatever?
Excitement.
Hey, who's out there? Who's having a party without me? I like to party, Hardy.
There's no response.
I would just like to say that Llew is following at a safe distance.
He's just like...
Ben is with Llew.
Ben is always
As
with
he's
Llew.
supposed to be, yeah. It is his task.
Rackle is also staying back.
Raven is staying back too, but as an inconspicuous animal.
The dead guy is willing to die again in the name of whatever this
In
party
the name
is.
of a horny party.
Turns out the party comes across him and wrecks his shit.
Are you still creeping forward?
Oh yeah, he's trying to figure out who these people are. He kind of, based on their excitement, whatever, he is going to assume they're not threatening or whatever. So he's not like in a
Come on, let me into
Listen.
your rave.
Hey,
That's great.
Give me some
It's
fucking
alright,
light
y'all.
sticks,
hey,
bud.
Ash. The Nazis threw crazy parties.
fair.
You can't say that
Fed him.
they're not bad people.
Fair. I'll give you that.
As Krohl continues to creep forward, again, this flurry comes by, and as it does this time, roll a perception check.
19.
With a 19, what Kroll is able to see as he strains his eyes this time is what appears to be some sort of wagon being pulled by, he can't quite make out if it's a horse or a donkey, and he sees a few riders atop it. And again, as it passes out of his view, he sees another and another cart, and they both pass through.
So it's a friggin' party of people doing something. Now, okay, so paint me this picture. They're on the Builders Road, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and we were like set off of the road?
You're walking on the road.
Okay, I'm on the road. Are they approaching me? Are they passing me? Or am I just
It's like they come towards you and then disappear.
And then they just up and this way, okay. Alright, who goes that?
There is no response.
God damn it, stop ignoring me! Okay, he waits for the next, wagon or whatever to come into view before he makes his move.
Are you still moving forward?
Oh yeah, I'm moving towards them, trying to get as close as I can.
Alright. As you continue to move forward, you find yourself creeping forward, and suddenly you see this bright light right in front of your face coming at you.
Oh shit!
And you can see that there are 4 donkeys harnessed together running at you with a cart with some sort of armor on the sides hurtling towards your face.
Wow.
Would you make a dexterity saving throw?
I was about to say. I think it's time to roll a die. Not a very good die, though, because that's a 4. My ass is grass, because it's about to get smoked by this wagon.
Your ass is grass and they gonna mow it.
While you're at it, will you roll a second dexterity saving throw with this?
You gotta be shitting me!
You're not 20
I
means
just went from
nothing.
a nat 20 to a nat 1! The fuck? That's a 2. Well, grab a napkin, homies. Be served.
I rolled 2 1s, so you're off to a good start.
Okay. I'm like, what can I help you, dude?
Alright, you're going to take 16 bludgeoning damage as this cart comes hurling towards you. Krohl tries to step to the side, but catches this first donkey as it hits him in the shoulder, and he gets spun around, almost staying on his feet, about to kind of fall over as a second wagon comes hurling by, and now trying to dodge back the other way, gets hit again, and smacks himself into the third cart as it's coming by.
He's
And
bouncing
he finds
between
himself
fucking carts.
laying on his back in the middle of the road in darkness.
Okay, he's not like crazy bloodlust, but still. Ow!
Krohl, are you okay?
Fucking
Is that you?
I found what was making the frickin' light. A couple of wagons was pulled by donkeys or whatever. They came out of nowhere. Ran me over.
Wagons with donkeys?
Didn't even bother slowing down.
What?
He actually moved slightly off the path a little bit, so he's not in the way of any more wagons. I would not advise standing in the middle of the path. More than likely, you're going to get your ass smoked. And he starts making his way back to the party.
And as he's making his way back, he sees once again these lights come by, And he's moved, as he's moving by, he can actually see them blast past him, and you can see that they take a turn off to the right, back into a small wooded area.
Aha! They're headed into this wooded area over here.
What could they possibly be doing?
Running down traveling folk on the path? I don't fucking know. I'm kind of curious, though. They seem to be in really good spirits.
Well, I guess we shall find out in the morning what happened to them. If they're not going to stop for your incessantly loud yelling, they're probably not going to stop for anything.
Eat my dead ass.
I'd rather not.
So, Raven's gonna change back from the animal that she was.
You think they could have been ghosts?
I'm not entirely sure.
You think a ghost could have
Said
crushed
they were
Krohl?
wagons?
Yeah, some kind of... It was hard to tell, they ran into me one at a time. I got a good look at the donkeys. There was a bright-ass light, and then I kind of got smashed by what I was assuming were wagons. It might have been chariots, for all I know. They were kind of armored.
Armored wagons.
Yes.
Huh.
Again, they might have been chariots, for all I know. But didn't last long. They ran my ass down. Then I just kept on their merry way. I doubt they were ghosts. They were very real. Physically, Actually hurt.
Are they racing?
That's a distinct possibility.
Oh, a clever suggestion.
Perhaps we might find out.
I can't think of any good solutions that would fit with my alignment.
I still think we should wait until the morning and then see if they made it through. If not, oh well.
Well, don't sleep in the middle of the path, I can tell you that much.
Right. We shall make camp, but not right in the middle of the road, and then in the morning we'll investigate as planned.
Agreed.
Alright, let's get back to camp.
We do that.
Alright, so you walk a little further back down the road, and find your horses there, and your rucksacks, and everyone goes back to bed. And we'll find out what happens next time on Round the Nerds.